Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about Snip and Sketch. Now, Skip and Sketch can help us do a lot of things. It can take any worksheet or image or visual from a website and put it into a set of slides. So essentially, you are literally snipping it off your screen and adding it to your slides with a copy and paste. Okay, so let me show you some things we can do with it. We can take visuals from Google Images. That's literally how we've been surviving here at Meadows. Any visuals that we need, we can insert in our slides by Googling it. It's pretty simple, okay? The other thing that we can do is we can create digital activities that the kids can interact with from our PDFs. Those can be from stepping stones or they can be from Reach for Reading. We do not have the opportunity to create paper packets for our kids, so we digitize all of our work. The other thing that you can do is you can create digital mini books. So you can take the PDFs from Reach for Reading and create readers that your kids have in their Google Classroom or in their work. Okay, so that's what we'll be going over in this section. Now, first of all, Snip and Sketch is something that is on all of our desktops, and it's an app that you can add at any point. But if you ever need to find it, you can go down to your search bar and you can just type in Snip and it'll bring you Snip and Sketch. Snipping tool is the older variation. You can use it, it's just not as slick, okay? So the first thing you need to do is open your Snip and Sketch. This will allow you to take any image from anywhere you want, okay? So right here, I took this domino from Google. I know we have them in our stepping stones, but to be honest, finding the right file and finding where it was easier for me to go to Google and look for dominoes. So if I go to Google and I go to domino, domino visual for teaching. How about that? I do an image search. Now I have all of these images. So I just start clicking until I find one that kind of works. Now, say I want to borrow some of these dominoes, right? I can go into Snip and Sketch. I just have it open. I click New. It grays out my screen and I can literally clip any image that's on my screen so it'll be on its own. Now from here, all I do is hit copy and I can go back into my slides. I click on my slide, I can click paste. And from there, I can resize it. I can put it anywhere I want to. I can manipulate it, okay? So this is a great way to get visuals and add them to your lesson. So if you want to dive into my lessons down at the bottom for the examples, that's where we get a lot of our visuals. I know you can use this a lot with stepping stones and Reach for Reading. I know for like Harriet and Henrietta Hippo, we use that to make kind of a movable slide that the kids can access outside of the web page, okay? So think of it like that. You can go anywhere you want to, and you can take any image that you want to. Now, just be careful with rights, but since we're giving them to kids and it's for educational purposes, I just do what's best for my presentation and for my kids. So that's how you can make visuals, okay? You can essentially go into Google or any of your curriculum. You can use this Snip and Sketch just like this. You just click New, and you can snip out any visual that you want, and then you have it, okay? You just click Copy, and then you paste it in wherever you want, okay? Now, to do the digital activities, this is something that I will show you what I'm building right now. It's something that we've had to do at Meadows. We have not had the ability to really make paper packets. We have an extreme amount of students in our school, so we are digitizing everything. So I created this little slide game. You can see nothing moves except for the circles. Okay, so right here is a PDF from Reach for Reading. I actually just snipped it out of the PDF. So all I did was I went to my Snip and Sketch. I clicked New, and I only took out the piece that I wanted right here. Okay, now all I have to do is hit Copy, and I go back in on a blank slide from my afternoon work, and I click Paste. Okay, now you get kind of in your own rhythm and your own format of how you want to do things. But I've always stayed on this widescreen version. That way I have room for manipulatives. Okay, so essentially I just kind of fit it into the box here. Now you can see I can still move it. That's a problem, right? With kinders, they're going to delete it. There's no way around it. You need to freeze frame it, okay? So what I would do is I would go to download right here, file and download, and it would be a PNG image, okay? Now, if I download it to a PNG image, you'll see it's downloading right down here, okay? All I would need to do is go back and add another slide in. I hit background and I choose an image from my, see, I go browsing in my downloads folder because I just downloaded this PNG from our slides. Now, if I insert that same image that I just downloaded from our slides, look, can't move it. What it did was when I added this picture to this slide, it just captured the entire slide and reinserted it as a background, okay? Now I can't move it. All right. Now that's how Snip and Sketch is very useful with our PDFs. You could do this with any of your stepping stones. I have some math snips right here. I literally went into stepping stones. I used my Snip and Sketch and I took the entire image out. Now I could take this if I really wanted to. We haven't digitized our journals except for using in lessons in class, but you totally could if you have a kid who lost their journal and you're having trouble providing one right away, right? So I could resize this. I could go again. I could hit download. So I can hit download and you can see that it went ahead and downloaded the full image right here. Okay, now if I go to add in another empty slide, I hit that background button and choose my image. I'm going to browse into my downloads, and here I have that math snips right here. There we go. And now you'll see when you do save it as a background, it gets a little blurry, but for the sake of getting the content out there, we've kind of been okay with it. Now from here, it would be, this one's a little harder because you need to color, but you could insert text boxes right here and they could type in their answers. You could give them circles to cover their mice, to break them into two groups. That's up to you, but I'll get into that in the next section. So essentially what Snip and Sketch does is it allows you to take any image from your PDFs or from your curriculum, and then you can download them and put them into slides so you can manipulate them, okay? The last thing that you can do with your Snip and Sketch is you can actually create decodable books that the kids have in their Google Classroom. So right here, you'll see I have a link box. I'll show you that again later. See, I have a link box here to a decodable book that we have actually put in a Google Slides presentation. So kind of like our decodables, our classroom decodables. So what we did was we went straight to Reach for Reading and downloaded the PDF. You snip out the whole image, put it on a Google slide just like a page, okay? And then the kids can actually just read through these books all on their own. So all they have to do is hit present, and they can click through and read on their own time, and get as much practice in as they want to without us worrying about a copying budget, okay? It's always available. So essentially you can give a lot of materials to your children just by using this one tool. So it's really great for visuals. You can take it and turn any PDF into a movable slide, and you can also turn any PDF into digital mini books, which then you can give to your kids and insert in any of their work. An example of that would be, let's see, my independent work here, I used the PDF for this one so they could read their words from Reach for Reading, and then they could circle their answer, okay? I also used it to make the mini book right here. So all I said was practice your mini book, and what word am I looking for? I love it. I made it this far. The accessibility for this book, I had to set it to everyone. So literally all of kindergarten at Meadows can access this book and read it at any given time. We put it in their independent work and their morning work, but we also upload it to their Google Classroom. So they have a digital book bin. So if you have any further questions about Snip and Sketch, please feel free to reach out or do some Googling. They have some great YouTube videos out there.